In the quadruple Davy back fight, 4 pirates from different crews compete in a barrel stealing game with 6 matches. There are 8 barrels in the middle, and by the end of a match, whoever has the most barrels in the territory wins that match. If there's a winner, all others lose. If there's a tie for first, those players draw and the rest lose. By the end of each match, all barrels were taken. In all matches, every player secured at least 1 barrel. With these information, we have 8 barrels, 4 pirates, and each pirate scored at least 1 point. To divide 8 barrels for 4 people so that everyone get at least 1 barrel, there are only a finite number of ways. In fact, there are only 5 ways. 1115, 1124, 1223, 2222, and 1133. We are not considering different people in this set. We are just considering the scores. So what I meant was that we are dividing 8 barrels among 4 people, but we are not counting who gets what. We only care about how the numbers are split up. So for example, if I'm giving 1 barrel to person A, 1 to B, 1 to C, and 5 to D, it is the same thing as giving 5 to person A, 1 to B, 1 to C, and 1 to D. So you see, like, it has the same pattern of 1115. Okay, so when you only care about the size of the shares, not the names, there are only 5 possible ways to split up 8 barrels into 4 parts. A better way to put it mathematically is that there are only 5 ways to add up to 8 using 4 natural numbers. I will now refer to these as score set. We know that no one lost in match 2. This means that everyone must have drawn that match. Therefore, the score must have been 2-2-2-2. Looking at the left table, we know that arm and sword both drew ones. This is from the second match. Desk, on the other hand, drew twice, once from the second match and another time from a match that we don't know about. However, this is enough to deduce that mid must have also drawn twice, as desk could not have drawn alone. Now, we can fill in most of this table. There were a total of 6 matches. Arm won 1 and drew 1. Thus, he must have lost 6 minus 1 minus 1 equals 4. Similarly, we get 0 win for mid and 3 losses for desk. Now this part is a little bit trickier. We know that everyone drew on match 2, and mid and desk drew each other on another match. Remember, if there's a winner, all other loses, and if there's a tie for first, those players draw and the rest lose. Therefore, in total, there were 2 matches that did not have a winner. In other words, 4 matches did have a winner. Arm won one of those matches, Desk won another, and Sword won 2 matches. We can fill in the final cell with 3. Looking at match 6, we see that Mid scored 1 point and Desk scored 3 points. This can only be possible if the score set was either 1 2 2 3 or 1 1 3 3. If the score set was 1 1 3 3, and we know that Mid and Desk scored 1 and 3 respectively, this means that either Arm or Sword scored 3 points, which means one of them must have drawn with Desk. However, both Arm and Sword only drew once, and that is on the second match. If they also drew on match 6, that would mean that they drew 2 matches instead of 1. Therefore, the score set could not have been 1 1 3 3, but 1 2 2 3. From this point, to proceed, you need to not think about the match order. We will remove the match numbers except for those that we are already 100% certain with. The solving plan is to deduce the remaining score sets, then afterward, we will rearrange them into the correct order. Starting with this information, Arm had a 4-point game. This is only possible with the score set 1 1 2 4. We know Arm's score is 4, but we are not sure about the score of the other players. So for now, I will put down 1 2 or 12, showing that it can either be 1 or 2. Going back to Mid and Desk drawing game. In this game, only 2 people drew. For that to be possible, the score set must have been 1 1 3 3. Now, we will add up the scores that we are certain Sword earned. 1 plus 2 plus 2 equals 5. 15 minus 5 is 10. So for these 3 unsure matches, the total score must add up to 10. I will put A and B for these 2 blank cells. If he scored 1 on this 1 1 2 4 match, then A plus B must equal to 10 minus 1 equals 9. If he scored 2 on this 1 1 2 4 match, then A and B must have added to 8. There are 3 possibilities for a win: 1 1 1 5, 1 1 2 4, and 1 2 2 3. Therefore, the 3 winning scores are 5, 4, and 3. If A plus B equals 9, then the two scores can be 5 and 4 in some order. If A plus B equals 8, then the two scores can be 4 and 4 or 5 and 3 in some order. I will make a separate table for each of these scenarios. A key detail is that only match 1 and 5 had the same winning score. In this 4-4 table, we see 3 matches with the same winning score of 4. Thus, this is contradictory. Applying the same detail that matches 1 and 5 had the same winning score to the table 53, we see that no pair of matches in this table is suitable for that description. We do see that this 1, 2, 2, 3 match has the same winning score as this match won by sword. However, this is match 6, but match 6 is not match 1 or match 5, and therefore the 5-3 scenario is also incorrect, leaving only one suitable scenario. In this table, there are only 2 matches that has the same winning score. So one of them must have been match 1 and the other must have been match 5. I will put down 1 and 5. Let's fill in the rest of the cell. We will determine if these 1, 2 scores are 1 or 2 by taking their total scores minus the score that we already know are correct. Starting with arms score, 11 minus 1 minus 2 minus 4 minus 1 minus 2 equals 1. So this must be 1. Same for sword score, 15 minus 1 minus 2 minus 5 minus 4 minus 2 equals 1. If we do the same for mid, 10 minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 minus 1, we get 3. So this pair can either be 1, 2, 1, 2, or 2, 1. We have the same problem for desk, as this pair can be 1 or 2 or 2 and 1. We will make 2 tables for each scenario. If the first score set here is 4, 1, 2, 1, then the second pair must be 1, 4, 1, 2. Similarly, if the first score set is 4, 1, 1, 2, then the second one must be 1, 4, 2, 1. Remember that the score set is 1, 1, 2, 4. We will use the final clue. After the first 3 matches, Paint the Sword and Uses the Mid were tied in total score. Notice that the score for match 2 are the same. Therefore, we just need to make sure that their first and third matches scores add up to the same number. We also know that of these 2 matches, one of them was match 1 and the other was match 5. Therefore, one of these remaining match must be match 3 and match 4. I will put down 3 and 4. Now, we just need to check which pair of match 1 and 3 sum up to the same number. This might seem long, but it's actually very quick. Let's say for this first table, I pick 1, 2. Then I pick my third match to be 1, 3. This does not add up to the same number. 1 and 1 add up to 2, and 3 and 5 add up to 5. How about 1, 2, and 5, 1? 6 and 3, this one 5. 4, 1, and 5, 1. Not correct. 4, 1, and 1, 3. Still not correct. 1, 1, and 1, 3. 2 and 4, not correct. 1, 1, and 5, 1. 6 and 2, not correct. 4, 2, and 1, 3. 5 and 5, we have an answer. 1, 3, and 4, 2. Just to check, we will see the final pair. 4, 2, and 5, 1, 9 and 3, not correct. So this is the only correct option. 4, 2, and 1, 3 is the correct pair. So this must be 1, and this must be 3. If this is 1, this will then be 5. This is 3, so this will then be 4. Let's rearrange it. We have completed the table.